Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
I have to love the way that Undertale is programmed.
Oh, all the if statements?
Yeah, it's just literally a single document, right? Of just if-then statements.
Yeah.
Like, it is the most jank programming.
Well,
because it works.
it totally, so if statements get a lot of flack because people always think that they, and if you don't know what an if statement is, it's just programming where it just checks if this is true, do this, else do this. Like that is what an if statement is. And people say that's bad programming to use a ton of if statements. One thing that another game that uses a ton of them is Yandere Simulator. If you've ever heard of that game?
I thought we got away from this.
Yeah. It's infamous for the amount of if statements it has. And people always think that they're so bad and they cause like huge performance problems because Yandere Simulator is one that had a ton of them. It's also known for really bad performance issues. But that's actually false. If statements not only don't really take very long to compute, they have minimal impact on performance. Another thing is people say that switch cases are way more efficient, which is technically true, but it's not that much more efficient than an if statement. And a switch case or switch statement is very similar to an if, but instead of saying if else, it just says if, and then it says switch, and then you give a bunch of parameters for it to go to instead. It's like a little bit better than an if statement, but most compilers nowadays will just convert an if statement to a switch case if able to anyways. So it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's just a little knowledge treat for you if you didn't know that.
Ooh, I like it. Well, if you're a badass bitch who don't take shit from nobody, then welcome to episode 35 of the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. Did I do it right? Is that an if then?
Is there an else? Is there an else statement?
No.
Yeah,
I'm your host, Fliz, joined here by three wonderful gentlemen, Kylar, Tsun, and Jacob, here to bring you this week's news. We'll try something new. Go ahead and leave a like right at the top of the video. It makes us feel better on the inside.
That's true.
And the outside.
Yeah. And the outside, especially the outside. Oh my God, it makes me feel so good on the outside.
What does that even mean?
That doesn't matter. That's for me to know and nobody else to find out. We're just going to go into the news. What you got for us today, Kylar?
Oh, I have so much happy news. Oh my gosh. More layoffs, dude.
Oh, speaking of that, before you get into it,
Ooh.
a guy, one of my clients works for Facebook, and I was just talking to him today, and he's like, I was like, how's your week been, man? And he's like, it's been okay. And I was like, what's with the long pause? And he's like, I don't know if you know much about Facebook, but we just lost like a lot of people. And I guess Meta just laid off like 2,500 people or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
And he said, and it's what we've been talking about, where basically everything is being outsourced to AI, everything. And they're basically going, AI is going to do everything. His crew was cut to like 10% of, he either lost 10% of his crew or was cut to 10% of what it was. Either way, he's saying basically everything is being done by AI, and their job is to basically just final check it and make sure everything's good.
That's insane.
Yep. And I was like, is everything outsourced to AI and you guys just have to do a bunch more work, or is it, a financial thing, or is this testing new waters? He's like, it's kind of all the above. It's just, it sucks. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Not great. And we're seeing that we've been seeing it for so long in the games industry. It's crazy to see it like spreading out to these huge companies now too. That's nuts.
Oh yeah.
But first on the list is Crytek, which is the makers of Crysis and also Hunt Showdown, is laying off 15% of their workforce.
I'm sorry. Those are made by the same people?
Yep. Yeah.
Why does Hunt Showdown feel so terrible?
Because the cry engine.
It's like I think it's a style of game that they're kind of doing. I don't think it feels terrible. I just don't prefer the style of gameplay that Hunt Showdown has.
Yeah, I would say they're two different.
No,
It's specifically the mechanics of the weapons feel like Strider and I have gone back multiple times to be like, is this us or is this feel funky compared to every other? And it's Hunt Showdown.
That's how I've always felt about the game too. Is it just feels doesn't feel very very good. But people like the game.
I love it. I just can't play it. It feels too gross. Something's wrong with it.
Yeah,
I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know how I managed to play it for 50 hours the first time. Like,
we just didn't know.
But every time it's like immediately like something's wrong. I could feel it, but I can't tell you what's wrong.
Well, it reminded me of Fallout, how the gunplay is, but made it like a little bit worse. That's how I felt with it, and I didn't like the gunplay for Fallout either.
Well, for Fallout, you just use VATS.
Exactly. Yeah, you just use VATS most of the time. But yeah, this is coming from a game developer. They said that company broke news that they are releasing 15% of their employees, and they currently have around 400 in the studio. So they could lose around 60 people. Apparently, they're pretty much indefinitely kind of placing Crisis 4 on hiatus. Like, we have no idea what's going to go down with that, especially because it was just put on hold last year. Yeah. But they did say they're going to be focusing their efforts now on Hunt Showdown more. They actually said that Hunt Showdown is still growing, so they're going to try and just kind of capitalize on that and try and keep their profits up.
They just had that. Well, actually, I don't know. Has that happened yet? The Post Malone event?
I think it's live.
They were hyping that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talked to you about this, Liz.
What do you mean? Well, yeah, we already brought this up to you.
I don't remember a lot of stuff.
I've noticed.
Yeah, what is it? Post Malone's Murder Circus or something like
Yeah,
that?
something along the lines of that.
But unlike
What are we doing? Okay, sorry, go.
But unlike Facebook, apparently, this is purely because it's to reduce costs, according to the studio. This is like pure expenses that they have to cut, which doesn't surprise me because 400 people, that's a large studio. And for one that only really has like Hunt Showdown and a game upcoming, that's a lot of money to maintain that many people.
Yeah, I love Hunt Showdown, but I wouldn't say it's like the most popular thing. It's nowhere near.
It's no Call of Duty or Fortnite or anything.
Yeah. Although Call of Duty's been losing players like bad. Nobody wants to play that shit anymore.
So hopefully Crytek starts doing a little bit better with Hunt Showdown. Hey, hopefully we get Crisis 4 news and sometime this year again. But they're not the only one laying off people, as Rock Paper Shotgun says that Unity is making more job cuts, which is kind of absurd. Yeah, so this is I believe this is their sixth wave of layoffs since 2022. And like I think their last one that they did, they laid off like 1,800 people in total afterwards. So they're doing another one.
I'm just kind of like, is gaming really in that bad of us? Like, is nobody making money anymore? I mean, I know that ever since COVID stopped, like things have definitely gone down a bit, but gaming's huge, like, and expensive. I'm just shocked that everybody's laying just constant layoffs. I keep thinking to your comment last time of like management following AI prompts, and everybody's getting the same AI prompts to lay people off.
Yeah, and the second thing with Unity is they're saying that this is pretty much for profit growth is what they're doing. Yeah. Oof. And they've been going under a lot of restructuring, and not even just like staffing wise, like physical restructuring too. The last time we talked about Unity. But this one's a little bit different, where they are stopping a lot of the projects that they were currently working on, and they're reshifting to focus Unity on a few different things. One is they're trying to expand the engine to work on more devices, right?
Okay.
they're trying to update their existing technology and just make it better instead of trying to create new technology.
Of course.
One of them is the behavior engine that Unity was currently working on, which is basically a way to physically program like NPCs in the game. That team has pretty much been completely cut. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. Apparently, from the tweets from devs, they literally got a like no reply email saying you're going to lose access to our system by like the end of today. You're fired.
Oh God.
They woke up like that. Like that's terrible.
Man, and it's just that it's not for anything good. This is all just like AI can do your job kind of shit.
Oh yeah, just wait. Because they're also going to be investing in live services and generative AI is their new their new thing. So, and these live services include they're going to be integrating Unity ads, Unity level play, and the Tapjoy offer wall into Unity runtime technology. So pretty much they are, to quote this article here, to make them so they are on the same cloud and data platform and share a single data set. What this means, they're basically trying to make it easier for devs to throw ads at people and also collect and access more player data from people as well, from players specifically.
This feels like it's going to lead to a lot of things feeling similar. You know, or I don't know. I don't even know what I'm getting at here, but like I feel like there's this wave of AI enhanced gaming coming our way that's just it's gonna feel so blah.
Yeah.
Once we really get into it.
It's not great look for Unity 2, especially when they already have like such a bad rep at this moment with
they already like damaged their reputation, didn't they?
Yeah, with the fees that they were going to start charging developers, where they're charging devs like a fee per installation of a Unity game. That was like back in what was that, 2022 or so, and they got a huge backlash about that, and this people just instantly did not trust Unity, especially because they're going to make it like
rightfully so,
retroactive. So
yeah, I was going to say,
yeah.
Oh no, I was going to say that. Yeah, that's what I remember the most is that like even if you'd already done, even if whatever you had your product was finished, you were still going to get back charged for it.
Yeah, that's so shitty. So people already did not trust Unity, and now they said that they're going to focus on making it easier to get player data, and hosting live services like ads is kind of we might see Godot and stuff be a bit more popular. I don't know. Not the greatest look for Unity.
It's kind of funny because didn't Steam just do some with ads? I think Steam like banned it.
They clarified it because I think it wasn't allowed beforehand, but they clarified that you're not allowed to have in-game advertisements.
Yeah, and then I think I saw also an update where it was like it's okay as long as they're appropriate.
That I remember reading about. I don't remember where. From what I recall, it was that you cannot have any type of ad run architecture that stops players from playing the game unless they watch your ads. That was like something that they clarified as like not allowed. Yeah.
This is I only saw that on like mobile games. I've never seen a Steam game that was like watch a video for more coins.
Yeah, it's basically that. They're saying you're not allowed to do that.
Because I think it was always that way. They're just further clarifying it. Because as far as I'm aware, yeah, it wasn't allowed by their rules.
Yep.
Anyway.
Moving on. We've been talking about it a lot, but there's some Marvel Rivals kind of news that came out recently. And I'm curious what you think about this, Fliz, because they recently announced what was going to happen for the second half of their first season, which we're getting the two new heroes, the Thing and the Human Torch, and we're getting our rank reset as well. And I know, Fliz, you were looking forward to the rank reset a lot, so you could kind of grind up and go through the competitive ladder again, right?
I guess, like, I stopped playing. I know every time I hit Diamond, I kind of stop playing because my character gets banned. And so I'd be more looking forward to getting to swapping team ups. That's something I'd care more about. But
Gotcha.
I do like the rank climb. In every game I'm playing, I'm just playing to climb rank. I think I picked up Jacob threw Tekken at me the other day. I didn't even tutorial or nothing. I just said, let's go into ranked.
It's been fun to watch too.
It's been fun to play.
Well, a lot of people actually were very unhappy with that. Apparently it was very unpopular for a rank reset scheme being every 1.5 months was like way too much.
I can see that.
And literally the same day, I think in like 12 hours or so, the devs came back and said they are not going to do a rank reset.
It was like 7 hours or something like that. Between
7 hours?
like it was something like that because I remember seeing it.
I was looking for that too because I remember logging on the other day and I had two notifications, but they had the exact same timestamp. So I was like, did they just send this and go, oh shit, and then send an update? Like,
yeah, pretty much. That's what they did. Is like people were reacted so negatively to it. They said, okay, never mind. We're not going to do this. They came out with a new way for you to get the second wave of skins because there's the skins for Game Gold or above,
which is a pretty cool thing for them to do.
Yeah, and people reacted pretty positively to it. And there won't be a rank reset anymore. In order to get the second wave of skins, you just have to have 10 games of competitive where you meet all the criteria for getting the skins for having a rank above gold.
So I'm curious as to, so I don't really I just like playing ranked. I don't really care what the rank is. If you reset it every month and put me back in gold or whatever and I had to climb again, I don't really give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just how I like to play the game. I just want to, I hate the thing they're doing with skins where you have to this is just before I forget, where you have to like match in a quick play match with a streamer to get the skin, which seems astronomical. Yeah, they already did it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it again. It's so stupid. There's like 3 streamers they're using and you have to match with them to get this skin, which means you have to be playing at that time. You have to be around the same rank as these like professional players, and you have to just have the luck of the gods that you end up with them. I abhor that. They should do like, there were other games where like if you played with somebody who had played with the streamer or something like that, you would end up like, it was kind of like a virus spreading. Eventually you'd get the skin. Yeah. And that's cool. Anyway, I'm just bitching about that. I'm curious as to why people hate the idea of the rank reset. Like, are people really that like, I need my rank to be here? And I mean, I can understand it being bad for lower level. Like, I don't want to be in silver and then keep, every month get matched with diamond players at the start. That sucks. But aside from that, what's the real backlash?
That's the
on
big
that?
issue is that like, is it's a combination of there being no placements and the rank resets. So like for very low level players, when you're starting out, you just get your throat punched in.
Well, not necessarily. The main, like a big valid reason for these rank resets being seen as like just negative overall is because they are primarily used for pure player engagement. They are just basically to convince you to climb back up to where you were before. Because how it works out is if everyone drops like the 4 ranks that you were planned to, if you were in diamond and you drop down to, plat or like gold 1, everyone that was with you also drops down. So nothing really changed, right? You were still playing with the exact same people. Yeah. So the games are like exactly the same and everyone just rises back up to where they were before. There's like no point. Like it
just hurts the lower rank players.
Pretty much. For them. Yeah, that's really all it does. For everyone else, it's just kind of annoying, and they just had to play to get back to getting the same icon that they had before, and all their games are pretty much the exact same difficulty as they were before.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just and to have that happen every month and a half is kind of excessive.
I agree. Usually games are what, like 3 to 5 months? I know Magic sometimes was like every 3 months.
Yeah, sometimes only like twice a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good change. Some people see it as like one of those like, oh, like them purposely doing this because they know they'll get backlash and then cutting back on it to kind of get, the thumbs up approval. I've heard that, but I think it's still a good choice.
That seems a goofy thought. Like,
Yeah,
they're already killing it. What do they give a shit? Like, the fact that they're listening to the majority of players for something like this is a good sign to me.
yeah.
At least they're actually like, they're not like disconnected from the community. It seems they're actually like paying attention, which is nice.
Yeah.
I also like the kind of the duality they have of, they'll listen to the community here, but when it comes to like role queue, they just have like a firm stance of like, we're not going to do that. That's not for our game. So
Which I'm at the point where I don't think it needs it.
I think they're doing everything Overwatch doesn't do. Like they are. And speaking of which, did you hear the newest?
I did. That's what I was going to talk about next.
I heard that there were
actually.
changes, but I don't know what they were.
Oh, it makes me so happy inside to just watch them be the way they are. Oh, Blizzard, never change. Actually, do change. Please change. Be good again.
But yeah, so that's very very encouraging. The fact that they have this duality where they'll listen to the community, but they're firm on like their vision of the game at the same time. I think is pretty good for the health of the game. And everyone has kind of liked the changes they've done. And hopefully this next balance patch that we're going to get with the new season is good as well. We're just going to have to wait and see.
One of the things I also notice is whenever I read like a statement by them, they always kind of reiterate that they want to focus on making it fun for everybody, which I think is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's a nice sentiment to have.
Yeah, just have everyone have their power fantasy.
I love that they literally have a blueprint of what not to do with Overwatch 2.
Dude, they just
Like,
gotta keep following it. Like, that's all they're gonna do. It's always updating.
Oh, but speaking of Overwatch, I think, was it last week? I think I was talking to, or the week before. I was saying that I was curious what Blizzard was going to do in response to Marvel Rivals, because they got to do something.
Yep.
And they came out with a ton of different stuff that they're doing. Oh my gosh. It's funny because a lot of it is backtracking to what Overwatch 1 was. Loot boxes are back. We're getting loot boxes back. Hooray.
I just and Riot got rid of theirs and everybody hated that. And they're like, Riot's done with loot boxes. Yeah, everybody's mad. Big mad.
They got rid of free ones specifically, right?
Yeah. The free loot boxes are what they got rid of.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why people are mad. It's not because the loot boxes are gone, but because the free ones that you got are gone. And they're like, why? Like,
that's pretty shitty.
You got almost nothing for it anyways.
Dude, the amount of times I opened a free one and it was like, here's garbage. It's like, yeah, cool.
It was literally only Blue Essence, like stuff towards the Blue Essence shop that happens once a year, maybe.
One of the ones that always got me is I'd open it and be like, here's another chest and key and Blue Essence. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll go again. It's like, here's another chest and key and Blue Essence. It's like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's goofy.
We can talk about that later, but
yeah, no, that's all there is to say. It's just, loot boxes are stupid unless they're free, I guess.
Yeah. But on top of that, 6v6 competitive is coming back to Overwatch.
They're just regressing on everything, man. It's almost like they should have listened from the start.
No, you guys think you want it, but you don't.
No, yeah, there is that. Maybe they should have just released the product they initially said they were going to, which was going to be nothing like what we have now.
What,
that
you
was
mean
a
like
whole
hero
different thing.
perks and stuff?
I mean, like an actual story and level up and progression and fun.
Well, guess
like
what's coming to Overwatch 2?
Oh,
nah, there's no way. They'll say it, but then when it comes time for it, they'll be like, "Oh, we couldn't finish it."
Oh yeah, no, they are releasing a basically a perk like window you can get for all your heroes that you can buy with currency to upgrade your hero as you play.
Wait, like paladins?
Yes, like paladins. Actually,
The
more
fuck?
specifically, like Valorant and CS:GO, because they're releasing a new game mode that basically plays like Counter-Strike and Valorant.
Why not just go play Counter-Strike or Valorant?
No.
Because this is Overwatch. You get all these cool guys.
That's a downside.
You ever go fishing and you pull the fish up and it's just flopping on the ground, and you kind of feel bad for it because you're. This looks like that.
Yeah, so we're getting a Valorant mode with all those cool skills and stuff. Loot boxes are back. Oh, and also you can finally vote for maps. You can do that now. Map votes is finally a thing.
It's crazy to have a game that is, excuse me, that is like the whole point of live service is to be constantly updated, right?
Yeah.
So why are we doing updates? Like, what is so hard about games taking like, oh, this is great, let me put that in my game? You know, like you've chosen Call of Duty maps for how long? Like that should have always been a thing. Except, you know what? I remember thinking about that in Overwatch 1, and I would be like, well, nobody would ever pick Horizon. Like,
No,
your map would just rot.
Horizon's fucking beats.
Well, there's always the funny thing of Call of Duty where it's like both maps suck. You hit the random, it rolls like the shittiest map in the game, and then half the lobby's gone.
Yeah, it's a different kind of game.
And then 4 more people join. 3 of them leave. 4 more people join.
Yeah.
And then you're just stuck there for 2 minutes waiting for the lobby to find it. They go, okay, we'll suffer through this map together.
Or it throws you out of there into a whole ass like already started game where you're losing because it just gave up on trying to make a new one.
The conga line of torture doesn't end.
Screw it, have this one. I don't care anymore.
Like, I'm happy for Overwatch players that like, because as few of them as there may be, like I want them to enjoy. I want Overwatch to be good again. I do. I don't hate the series. The series was cool. The first one. It's just we've watched Blizzard do what Blizzard does, or Activision, or whoever the fuck. Somebody is not paying attention.
Or doesn't care. And has too much power.
I'm kind of like on the fence about this. Like, I think it's cool for them to be like doing all those things, but like the worry becomes Overwatch is kind of strange because you have a huge disconnect in the community of like, you know, you have people constantly fighting of 5v5 versus 6v6, you know, just everyone picking DPS over tanks and healers. And it's always been a game where just like the community feels so divided. And now you're adding 6v6 and 5v5, and you're adding a whole new game mode on top of that. And this plays differently too. This isn't like you have the characters in there. The characters are different in this new game mode.
Yeah.
So it just feels like this could be a huge mistake where you end up splitting the player base even more. And you're going to end up with like dead game modes. And that's not even just to mention all the people that only play like Mayhem and Arcade and, you know, all the 1,000,001 game modes, or even just the people that do the custom matches too. There's so many people that only do that in Overwatch.
I think I feel like they should do. Okay, how about this? There's like Overwatch 2, and then Overwatch Competitive is its own separate thing. And that Overwatch Competitive is like very fixed maps and stats, and you're like 6v6 or whatever they choose to be. But like, I've always felt Overwatch was the game that was more the hero shooter that had the most focus on like being a competitive game with rules and metas, and, you know, you could treat it like chess. Whereas Paladins was like checkers or fucking sorry or something.
Sorry.
Just, you know, it was just whatever. And I always thought Overwatch should really focus on, because they had the league until bad financial decisions were made.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to charge people $21 million just to have a team. Maybe that wasn't a good look.
Imagine if they didn't. They could be killed. They could be taking over Riot's place. Although I think Riot was the reason they did a lot of that stuff.
That was why they tried to do the Heroes of the Storm one. It didn't work. It's because of Riot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But to top it off, and all this information, by the way, is coming from an article by The Verge. There's also two new characters that they're releasing. Freya, who's supposed to be a very mobile character with a crossbow. Pretty cool. And a character named Aqua, who you'll never guess has water-based abilities.
Agua.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Does she do
Whatever that
laundry?
means.
Like that one lady from The First Descendant?
What? What?
We forget that was a thing. That there was a water character in The First Descendant who applied her stats effect she applied was called laundry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Remember?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like a translation thing. I'm pretty sure.
That was a big ass pull of a joke, but I thought it was fun.
We should cut out the explanation. Just leave,
No, fuck
leave
you.
whoever's listening to just wonder what you meant.
Just fucking
Just-
dead air for a whole minute, a whole 60 seconds.
Anyways.
Of dead air.
Do they do laundry with their water powers?
Oh man. But on top of that, we talked about the new RTX 5090 having issues with their cables melting, which we kind of debunked because one of the cases about that turned out to be user error, which was self-admitted by the people that did it. But now there's new evidence that might not be just user error, as there's a video that came out of some testing for it by a Roman Hartung on YouTube, who's a PC tech expert. And this is made known to me by PCGamesN.com. He has a video of him testing the 5090, and he actually took like a thermal imaging camera to the wires on his GPU, and you can watch them. There's two like wires on this cable he's using, which is a 16-pin connector. And they hit 150 degrees Celsius.
They get real spicy.
Yeah. And it's causing the cable like to melt, the actual like plug-in connector to melt on the GPU side and even the side that connects to the power supply.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, not great. Definitely, as Roman says, this is absolutely concerning.
Like, how does that get out of testing? Like not it is a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Like that's the base. Like that's not even like it doesn't render properly, or it doesn't, that is like the physical.
They failed the is it safe?
Yeah, definitely. Not a great look. And this has definitely been met with like, skepticism too, which is kind of hard because like he is a video of him like recording it, turning it on, and you can watch it heat up on the thermal camera, and you can see it happening. And yeah, it's not great. And we're starting to get more and more stories on Reddit. Like one person was saying he was playing Battlefield and he smelled smoke coming from his computer, and the plug-in connector for his graphics card melted against it. So
It's funny because I was the last episode. Yeah, we said it was a hoax, and then I'm like, I kept on Reddit, and every few days I'd see another post to like, well, this just happened, and it's somebody's fried 5090 or something, and I'm like,
yeah,
maybe we were wrong.
yeah. So that's why I definitely want to update this, because the case I was talking about was self-admittedly like user error, but that doesn't mean that it's not a problem, because as time goes on, we're hearing more stories, and it makes sense that this is coming out pretty slow because there's a limited amount of these things actually available at launch. They sold out super fast. A bunch of them probably got scalped as well. And now the people that do have them are starting to might be a little angry and talking about it online. I hope that these are real stories, so we can kind of have NVIDIA do a look-see, because they're saying right now that like, there's no problem. This is an issue with the power supply or the cable. Definitely not our cards to blame. But yeah, we'll hopefully, I'll keep you updated if I hear more information about this.
What a bummer, man, because you had to fight for one of those if you wanted one.
Yeah.
And pay out the ass.
It is
and
crazy.
NVIDIA's like, nah, user error. Get fucked, loser. I I'm sure they replaced the cards, but who knows when that replacement's coming in, you know?
Yeah, you get a scalper just runs across the street and grabs it before he can get a hold of it.
Steals from your Amazon delivery.
Yeah.
Fucking porch pirate comes and steals your fucking graphics card.
Oh. But yeah, that's it for me. What did you have, Tsun?
Porch
What you got for us?
It's kind of like a little PSA. Apparently, the Subnautica 2 developers put out kind of like a PSA saying they're warning fans to watch out for fraudulent playtest invites. Because apparently that's a thing going on. People have been getting messages through Steam inviting to a playtest, which, you know, they've said they'll never do that. They'll email you. Like the company themselves will email you if there is a playtest, but they're not doing one right now.
Oh, geez, that's not great.
But yeah, so people, you know, if you do that, you're getting fished. But
speaking of Subnautica, and thank you for that PSA. Yeah, don't get fooled. You ain't special. You ain't getting Subnautica too.
A lot of people are excited for Subnautica too.
Yeah, I would imagine. Since we talked about it last week, I want to go back and play that extra one, whatever it is, the snow one.
So
I never
Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
I only played like an hour or two of it and never went back.
It's cool. That's the one I think I got to the sea truck in, and then I don't remember what happened to make me stop playing. I think it was still early access at that point.
Real quick, at the end of Subnautica, towards the end, spoilers if you haven't played it, there's like you send a message off or something, and I never looked up what that was. I wrote like this whole little thing out and I put it in the bottle and it fires off into space. I thought it like left a message for another player or something. I don't know. Do you guys know what that was, or do I have to do my own research?
I don't remember.
Okay.
If it was like an SOS or something else.
It was like a little Easter egg type deal. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I know like the ending to it, but the ending is when you leave the planet. I don't know about sending a message out somewhere.
No, I remember specific because I even put my streamer shit in there. I was like, yo, come say hi and tell me you got the message. And I know nobody ever came. I don't know who I was sending it to.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It'd be interesting to look up, because if it's supposed to be for another player, then I mean, like, I was gonna be like, maybe it's like a warning message. You're like, nobody come to this planet. But if it's for another player, they're already there.
No, it was a thing you put your own thing.
Oh. Would you type out your manifesto, or?
I don't remember, dude. It was like a long time ago.
Do you guys?
Right, well, what else you got?
Did you guys see the? Okay, first off, does anybody remember Resident Evil Reverse, the weird multiplayer spinoff?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, it's actually shutting down in June.
It was. Wait, okay. Is this the like? There's one that's like you're going through. You have like survivors, and one person plays like the nemesis or something.
I don't know exactly how it worked. So the article I have is from Rock Paper Shotgun, but the way to describe it is it's a 6-player deathmatch where you play as like good guys, and then
it's that one. Okay.
You can find potions that temporarily turn you into like villains of the series.
No, that's not the one I was thinking. I think the one I was thinking of was with like it was packaged with Resident Evil 3 remake or one of the remakes, and it was
because Reverse came with it was announced alongside Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, that one's old. Okay, so that's a thing people were still playing.
I guess, because apparently like the devs put out like we're incredibly grateful for support and everything else, and it's closing that in June.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have to look up gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know what the game even looks like. I knew it existed, and I just heard like extremely mixed reviews on it. So
yeah, I can't. I don't even know where would you.
I mean, I think it's still on
What
Steam.
is
You can
this
get
thing? Yeah.
It's on Steam, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's $40 and it has a premium pass.
Yeah, all that's being delisted because of the shutdown.
Oh, the reviews.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They're not good.
Oh, I remember that game. Yeah, everyone hated that when that
Yeah,
came
I have
out.
it actually
It's in my library.
because you would have gotten it with Village.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
So if you want to check it out, you could try it before it shuts down.
No, I'm good.
Why not?
Are you sure you missed out on Concord?
Yeah, that is true. You missed out on Concord.
Oh. This game is awful in every way. Glad it is being shut down.
Hey man, I mean, what could you really lose by trying it out?
Time.
My time, which is my most precious resource.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Well, goodbye, Resident Evil Reverse. We hardly knew ye, literally.
Except for as
nervous.
mostly negative.
Yeah.
I'm
doesn't
sure for
look like a
someone
good
is going to
time.
remember that game for the rest of their lives. They'll think about it like one day, like 10 years from now, like, man, that game fucking sucked.
Well, no, that's something I think about every so often is like, no matter how shitty a game is, like there's somebody who gets home every day and boots that bitch up
Yeah.
religiously.
Oh yeah, no,
Like that is their jam. Somebody is top ranked and knows every trick about whatever the hell this game is. And they are very sad that this is shutting down. Oh,
Yeah.
it looks bad too.
So we just we talked about sad stuff like layoffs. On a more positive note, apparently Alan Wake 2 is finally now in like the profitable status. It's like actually making the money in royalties for Remedy.
Did any of you play that?
No,
Alan Wake, I did
I just
not.
know apparently it's very. But apparently, like from what I've heard, it's very good.
Wait,
I've heard the same.
Did you say that the game is now making money?
So to offset the costs, like
Yeah,
they're
it
now
was a very
out of the-
expensive
Yeah, they're
production.
now out of the red
Like,
of like production costs and marketing.
Really?
it had like
Yeah.
it had like music videos and like it had a lot going on with the I don't know if FMVs is the correct term, but like
How much
it
did it
was
cost to
very-
make?
I don't remember. I can't find the exact number and how much it costs. I just know that like it's finally like making them like a
Oh my God.
profit.
Well, just the reason that surprises me is because like it's so popular. Like everyone says nothing but good things about Alan Wake. That's why I'm like, holy shit! It's only just now like making a profit. Didn't it come out like 2 years ago?
Yeah, so it had recouped a lot of it, but it wasn't quite in the green. And then since the last report, they've released, like has expansion and physical console editions, and that apparently has brought it finally up into like the into the green.
Man,
it is one of the most expensive games to develop and one of the most expensive cultural products from Finland,
Yeah.
costing 70 million, not dollars, but some other kind of money.
Now the question is, what does that convert into to give us some more, I
don't
guess,
know.
perspective?
with how much? How much did it cost?
70 million. I want to say pounds. I don't know what the symbol is.
What does it look like?
70 million pounds?
It's euros.
It's like a
Euros?
euro. Is it euros? Okay.
It's
70
almost
million
1 to 1.
euros.
So it costs $70
Yeah.
million dollars.
And it doesn't have physical copies.
It does now.
Oh,
Physical console expansions or editions. Oh wait, that might be, or is that like special edition consoles, or is it actually console editions?
yeah. Okay. So it's was about 75 million to produce, and it only sold 1.3 million copies. I guess not only, but that's compared to some other things, only 1.3.
I think
over
it's
2
about
years.
isn't that about as well as Dragon Age Veilguard did?
Maybe.
Man, that's not many for what I thought it would. I thought it would be like honestly 10 times that many sales.
I mean, it's an Epic exclusive.
Oh,
that
that
explains
would-
a lot of
that would
stuff.
do
there we go. Okay, never mind. I'm not wondering anymore.
All right.
Epic.
It's not on Steam. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Oh.
mystery solved.
We've done it. We're like Scoob and the gang.
How much do you want to bet when Alan Wake 2 comes to Steam, it's gonna like double in sales?
Well,
It's really.
they
Go
got to
for
get the pissy review bombers out of the way first, who are mad that it wasn't on Steam first.
It's crazy that like you said, a game that is as like I know people love the first one. It's got a cult classic, cult following.
I played and beat the first one. It was great.
I bought it because I heard such good things, and I never played it because I heard that you use like a flashlight as a weapon, and I was like, that's fucking stupid.
So what you do is the flashlight is like your opener. So the enemies are like shrouded in darkness. You use that to get it away and stun them, and then you blast them with a fucking revolver or a gun, other gun.
So for whatever, I didn't play it because it wasn't about it at the time. I still want to play it. The second one, people love it. Like they think it's great. And and that's only if you go looking for people actually talking about it. Otherwise you like never really hear about it, other than the weird music video that people were memeing on. But then to hear like, yeah, the Epic Store is not for anything but Fortnite. Like that's
It's
all
crazy.
like that's crazy. Yeah, just that Steam is so powerful that yeah. And I get it. I don't want to go to the Epic Store ever. I don't want to go to, what's the other one? Is it Ubisoft? Origin?
There's Origin, there's Ubisoft, there's a couple. Battle.net technically, I guess, but
Well, not
that's for their own
.net's
stuff.
different to me, but
yeah, Battle.net's its own. Yeah.
yeah, no, that immediately explained it.
GOG.
Yeah, that's all I really had news-wise. I didn't
Well,
find
good for
much
them,
this
I
week. But
guess. Like,
I
mean,
just thought it
people
was a
got
nice
paid,
positive note.
right?
Yeah, I
Like,
assume.
yeah.
I haven't heard anything bad about Remedy, so
Yeah, I mean, for a game that's not live service to succeed or to be technically a success, cool. More for it. Let's do that.
do you
Yeah,
think
I
their
should
next
play it.
game they're gonna make an Epic exclusive?
I don't know, because
I
their
don't
next
know,
game, I
man.
think, is Control 2.
Oh, I liked Control.
Yeah,
Control is
it's
really
the same
good.
company behind Control, and they're
I
working
think
on
they
Control
made Max
2.
Payne too.
Yeah. So a funny thing is, they're also working on the Max Payne 1 and 2 remasters. Like that's
Oh,
all in the burners for them.
Do you know a game I actually played recently by them? Was Quantum Break. Do you guys remember that game?
That game's cool.
It's like a third person shooter, but it was designed to be similar to a TV series.
It was supposed to run in tandem with one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the guy, Iceman?
Yeah. With him.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually played that and it was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed it.
I thought it was like a David Cage game.
No.
like Heavy Rain or something.
It's
I
not.
thought
It's
it was
not
in
dumb
that
enough
same-
for it to be a
No.
David Cage game.
That's what I thought, so I never looked into it. Because that's what was the other David 2 Almost Human or whatever that
Become human.
Detroit.
Detroit Become Human. I
Detroit.
think he had.
Yeah. Detroit. Well, that's a David Cage game, but apparently he got good. And I was like, nah, I don't want that. I want
Okay.
bad David Cage.
It's definitely, I would say, the best out of his David Cage games, but it is still a David Cage game. It is still fucking weird.
Okay. I just have such fond memories of
Heavy
the
Rain.
goofy shit in Heavy Rain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
son.
And he got shot.
Just watching a grown man unable to figure out how to lift a toothbrush and brush his teeth, failing a sex scene or a shower. I failed my shower today.
And then you play as the one guy and take too many drugs.
Maybe. Oh my God.
Norman Jaden. Norman
Jaden.
Secret Agent Norman Jaden.
Secret Special Agent Norman Jaden's on the kid.
Oh, I use my special goggles.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on from our stupidity, that's all you got?
That's all. Yeah, that's all I got for now.
Beautiful. Strider, I heard you watched the thing and you have some stuff and maybe a question for us.
I have some of those things.
Okay, I'll take one at least.
At least.
At least.
Just gonna run through the state of play. I was gonna
State of play. That is That's Sony's
Yes,
thing?
it's PlayStation's of it.
Okay.
So they opened up with the launch trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds, just showing off a bunch of stuff in the game, and then also showing off what's going to be in the first title update.
Oh, real quick. I was thinking about this today at work. Would you guys? I was thinking about like people. You were talking about raising the price of games at 80. I was like, that's fucking stupid. But then I was like, if they charged $120 for Monster Hunter Wilds, would you buy it?
I think I basically paid almost that.
If you paid for the deluxe, you probably did, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I think I'd buy it too. Just base it, like no, nothing special. I think I'd still like. That's how much I like that series at this point.
I think I got the premium deluxe edition, so I paid $110.
Oh, okay. Question solved.
That's probably that'll probably be the one I get when I end up finally pre-ordering it.
I just hope it launches has a better launch than World did on PC.
Yeah, I heard that was bad.
The game was
but
just
I
a
don't think this one's
broken,
gonna-
buggy mess on PC on release.
Oh, jeez.
No.
I hope
What
not.
game is it?
Well, there's
No, I'm
that
kidding.
for World's record, and then there's Dragon's Dogma 2, whose performance.
Yeah, but Dragon's Dogma 2 is like a disappointment in multiple ways for a lot of people.
What else was there?
Yep. Then apparently new Shinobi game. From the devs of
Mhm.
Streets of Rage 2, 2D like side scroller. I can't tell if it's a Metroidvania or just a platform with stages.
Okay.
We've got a new Sonic racing game.
Wait, Sonic Racing?
Yay!
Yeah, they're back to charts. It actually doesn't look the worst.
Sweet.
So we'll see if it can dethrone the all-time king of Mario Kart.
Fuck no.
Dude, the numbers of Mario Kart is crazy. You open the Nintendo
Yeah.
eShop, #1 seller every time, all the time,
Dude,
eternally.
it's Mario Kart, man.
Fucking Mario Kart, man.
Yeah, Mario Kart is a juggernaut. Like,
If their new game
Like-
releases don't bump it down sometimes, it's crazy. It's still probably #1.
It's just the best thing. It's literally the best thing to play on a Nintendo console. It always has been. Oh, the amount of relationships Mario Kart has ruined.
And has yet to ruin.
Mario Kart. Think about Mario Party. Oh my god.
People have probably died from Party.
All right, man, you disappointed me because you said that Sonic uses a car, and I wanted him to run. I want everyone else to have a
No,
what
car.
about,
What-
Air Riders or the hell it was called?
Oh,
Where they're on like.
Wait, why does Sonic not have? Why does he have a car?
because
Why
if
did
he
he have
thought
a
this one,
snowboard?
we get Sonic R again, and that shit was garbage.
What's the point of Sonic if he's in a car? It's like putting Superman in a mech suit.
Oh,
What the
man,
fuck is the point?
They
That's
beat
a
his
thing.
hammers. You can't run.
I just had an image of a fucking a DC kart race, you know, which is the image of that is amazing. Well, who knows?
All right, yeah, you just do whatever with Sonic. Doesn't matter anymore. Nobody cares. Just do whatever you fucking want. Can't be worse than Sonic 06. That's your bar.
No, your bar for racing games is Sonic R. That shit is garbage, but has a
Oh, so Sonic holds 2 titles. Cool.
dude. It holds multiple titles. Are you kidding me? It's Sonic.
And somehow the movies are like passable. That's crazy. They almost weren't,
They all-
which isn't crazy.
The internet bullied them into making it presentable.
Good. The internet did good for once.
But yeah, move on to the next thing. Bandai Namco announced a new Digimon game, Digimon Story Time
Sweet.
Stranger,
I'm very excited for that.
which actually looks like has a budget compared to most of their games.
I was gonna say, like, I was like, wow, this looks a lot more detailed, polished. Sorry, that's the word.
It doesn't look like
Did you say it's?
2 generations behind. But what were you
Is it called Time Stranger?
Yes.
Yeah. Digimon Story Time
All right.
Stranger.
Dude, Digimon stories
uh,
are always whack.
Yeah,
Like they're,
No.
they're pretty crazy.
they're crazy but great.
Well, I remember I watched the show when I was younger because it had that fucking killer theme song, right? And I watched up until a certain point when, like, if you used to watch anime on TV, they would like do a season and then get like 3/4 of the way through it and then just repeat it because they
Yeah.
never had the final shit.
It
Don't have the
sucks.
license. Yep.
So whatever happened there, but I like fell off the show and then the movie came out at some point, and I was like, oh, I used to watch this. Let me check out the movie. No fucking clue what was going on in the movie. There was like a ghost in a machine in the internet or some shit. Like, I don't know what was going on with characters you'd never see.
Nuclear missile gets launched at fucking Hawaii, I think.
What's that? Okay,
Like,
it's just
you're talking
a weird...
about the movie that's like 4 or 5 different like shorts, like they're different stories.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That sounds familiar.
I want to rewatch that movie because it's been a long time, but I've seen that thing like a dozen plus times. Yeah, there's like a nuclear missile that gets launched at fucking Hawaii.
Okay.
In the second story.
Wonderful.
Then it just goes
Hawaii?
crazy. Like the last one, it's like abstract, and I don't remember it very well at all. And I've seen the movie so many times.
The one I'm thinking of was very abstract. Like it wasn't just like, oh, we have Digimon and we're going on an adventure. There was like a time virus or like a digital internet monster or something, and
Yeah, because
lots of emotions.
Yeah, because it's if you're talking about the second one, it's the one that infects the internet, right? And it starts like
That's the one I'm thinking
put
of.
their Digimon in the computer to go find it, but it starts hacking things, and it's the one who ends up launching the nuclear missile, if I'm remembering correctly, because they barely beat it in time, and the missile just slams down, but somehow isn't armed.
I'm glad this is a kid's job. Oh, yeah, we averted World War III. Good job, Doraemon. Good job, Jesse.
No, because the part I remember is it's the final story with that like buff rabbit-eared thing that just screams all the time.
Yeah, there was a giant fat rabbit monster. I remember that. Okay.
Like, oh, I really want to rewatch this now. It's been so long. Oh, what did it do? But it's like hunting some kid the entire time because it hates him or something.
Okay. So there's a Digimon game coming out. What else?
No, keep going. Keep going.
Lost Soul Aside, which is some like third-person action game, which has been apparently it's a originally a solo development project. I don't know if it still is, but it's been like worked on for 10 years or something. That's releasing May 30th. We got a little bit more info on Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza with a demo release date. Ichiban is coming to Dave the Diver. They're having a Yakuza crossover.
That's pretty great.
Ooh.
The split
Is
yes.
Sorry, is everything Yakuza good? Like, is that just like a FromSoft type deal where like you can play any of them and they're all good?
Everything but one, but I don't know if you can find Dead Souls. Dead Souls.
Oh, Dead Souls, dude.
Dead Souls is not a good game.
Even though Dead Souls is janky as fuck, I remember watching a playthrough, and I still have there's still a bit of like charm for me, at least, from it, even if it's not the greatest.
I would say yes, but also I'm also thinking of like if you've used the remakes for any of the original games, because the Yakuza 1 dub is a treasure and it's so bad, but it has some of the greatest dialogue put to screen.
That sounds like something I might have to
Mark
play.
Hamill voices Majima in it, which is wild.
It's so fucking funny.
But it was also that era for PS2 games where like the way they Americanized the script for us was just adding a shit ton of swearing. So like everyone is constantly swearing.
Ooh.
But
Yeah,
I can
might
never
have to
say
play
like the Yakuza series. I feel like you probably love it for this because a lot of crazy shit like over the top fights go on. Like
I think I would. It's one of those. If you've noticed, I play mostly multiplayer stuff, and we talked about this. Like, especially after streaming and you know having the Discord and everything. Like, it's so hard to play single player games for me because I'm like, what's everybody else doing while I'm sitting here by myself? Even streaming, I'm like, I could be hanging out in the Discord talking and stuff, but now I'm streaming playing a single player games, talking to people that can't talk back. It's not the same, man. I love multiplayer at this point. It's hard to get away from it.
But I can like I'm sure Millicent's saying, but I can wholeheartedly like recommend the Yakuza series is like one of my favorite of all time.
Yeah, you guys, I've seen it. I played one of them for a little bit, and there was an issue where I think I was playing on mouse and keyboard, and it didn't feel great.
Oh, yep,
and
Zero.
I couldn't. Yeah, was that it? Yeah, it was one of them, and there was just like it was fine up until I had to fight stuff, and then I was like, well, I feel like I'm missing out on a whole big chunk of this game if the
Even
fights
the-
suck.
Even the spin-offs, again, besides Dead Souls, are like fantastic.
But yeah,
Good.
no,
More Yakuza.
0 is a good place to start. A fantastic starting
Okay.
point for
That's
the
like
series.
that's like the prequel.
Yeah, but it's also written to be an intro. It's not.
That's what I mean. Like prequel in a good way.
I
But
think I own it.
you do. I've tried to get you to play it a
Oh.
few times.
Oh, okay. Continue.
But next from is Splitgate 2 has an alpha coming to PlayStation late towards the end of this month.
Interesting.
Did we play that?
We played
played
the first one
game one. That was the one
Which
with
one
the
is
portals
that?
in it.
where everyone can play
Oh,
sports.
That's the
That's the
Portal
one that
Halo
had that
shooter.
stupid fucking ball mode that I hated so much. Everything else was great, but that stupid ball mode.
Where you chase people around with
Ugh.
was it the baseball bats or whatever?
Isn't it just
Maybe, but
Oddball?
Oddball. Yeah.
Oddball is, I don't know.
Oddball's Halo.
Yeah.
Halo's Oddball, but it's like the exact, like almost the exact same.
Halo. Yeah,
because
honestly, that
Yeah.
whole game is like Halo with portals.
Portals. That's
like
like
that.
I think that's the
Yeah.
point of it. But yeah,
Yeah. it's very much an arena shooter.
Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
It was fun until we started. Yeah, until we started hitting like meta play. It was fun.
Yeah,
But
it got a
then
bit
people
boring.
started doing things like jumping off the edge with the ball and doing like just taking the fun out of the game to win.
Like every other competitive game. Ugh.
Optimize the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yep, the next thing shown off was WWE 2K25.
God.
Wrestling.
Like I kind of want to play one because it's been a long. I used to play him with my buddy growing up. He loved all the wrestling stuff, and they were always so jank. And it
Yeah.
looks like they've stayed jank for all these years.
I will
and
say-
I kind of want to pick up one at some point.
I make fun of it, but I do remember playing like N64 wrestling games as a kid. Like a
You
lot.
could build your own guy and you just make the stupidest two characters that had the moves of a character you actually liked and
Beat the crap out of
just
each
fight
other.
each other. Yeah.
I played one and I spent like all my time in the game just maxing out the stats of my character. That was like all I did. And then once I did that, I think I stopped playing the game.
I think the fighting game I played the most when I was a kid was definitely Death Jam, though. I had a lot of Fight for NY.
Yeah, you know what?
Like, a
yeah,
lot.
I did too. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of our bonding moments. You should know me. The soundtrack will live. It'll play that at my
Oh
funeral.
my dude, I still find it funny watching a playthrough where two guys they tried to disable that song because they fucking hated it and it wouldn't. Dude, even with it disabled, it would still play in the menu.
It's too strong.
Like you couldn't
Comp
turn it
is too
off. It just
strong.
came back, and they were like, "No."
Okay, new wrestling game.
Yep.
Oh man, imagine if they announced a new Def Jam game. Ooh,
That'd be cool.
Drake versus Kendrick, son. You'd make $1 million billion right now.
Yep.
Y'all don't know. It's fine. Continue.
No, I know what you're talking about. I was just saying for going anywhere else.
But, after that was a new trailer for Borderlands 4 with the release date.
Hell yeah.
Split figure.
Sorry, have you guys seen the trailer?
The gameplay one I haven't. No.
Oh, okay.
For what?
Like it looks for Borderlands 4.
Yes.
Well, you saw it, but I did you? How did you feel about it? Because I saw the world looks cool, but the characters look kind of.
I don't remember any of them, so that tells you enough.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so you feel the same way. I got it. Because the world, I was like, I rewatched the trailer. I was like, this looks cool. That looks cool. I kind of want to visit there and see what that's about. And then the characters showed up, and I was like, I guess.
Oh,
don't think-
I remember sort of that. I completely forgot that I even watched the trailer. And I just
Yeah.
remember the one person kind of looked like Lucio.
Yeah,
was
they all
about
look like they look very interchangeable, very very copy paste in different sizes and genders.
And I think there was a big guy. that was about it.
There's
I
a big
remember-
guy, but he wasn't even that big. Like when you have a game when like Borderlands 1, I think had brick. Which one had brick?
One.
The first one.
First one.
You're
Yeah, your
talking about
characters were so
playable, the first one,
diverse.
but he's been in all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I mean, you like when you went to the character select screen, they all look so different, and this one didn't look that way. But we'll see what happens. Who knows?
We got a new Split Fiction trailer. But you might be interested in this, Liz. Supermassive Games. Their next game, Directive 8020.
I don't know what Supermassive is.
The ones behind the
you tell
Quarry.
me.
The Quarry and Until Dawn.
The Quarry.
The one where you,
Oh no.
the one where you fucked up at the very end and just shot your
Oh
entire
my
playthrough.
I was so mad. That was so because I misclicked. Yeah, the prompt was like in a weird spot or something, and man, I played that. Okay. I didn't really like any of the characters, but I purposefully killed the ones I hated, and I ended up with all the characters I liked. And I missed one button prompt and they all died. Every single character. And then I got like the worst ending. And then I went to like, okay, let me go replay that. And to do that, I had to like go through the whole thing. I was like, let me just start from where I fucked up. Don't make me go through that whole like hour, because it's all cutscenes, you know? And if you've already seen it, I don't really want to watch it again. I think I liked the Quarry. I think I liked it, but I did not try and replay that at all.
Was that game like similar to
It was Until Dawn.
Until
it was
Dawn,
a different, yeah. Which there I think there's a trailer for that dropping soon. The Until Dawn movie. And I think I know we're getting off in it's already out. Okay, there's a trailer for Until Dawn. And I think it's from the creator of Annabelle Creation and Lights Out, which I actually liked as horror movies. I thought it would be like because it is a Sony movie. And we all know Sony does a lot of trash. But yeah, all those Resident Evil movies. Come on, we just did this. But the director is good, so I'm kind of interested. I haven't watched the trailer yet. I'm gonna watch it after this, but I think it could be good, maybe. I don't know.
Is 8020, is it going to be the same style, like it's Until Dawn gameplay?
That's what it looked like. Because it's basically it gives Alien vibes. Because it's like you're exploring the group of characters is exploring a space station or something along the lines of that. That seems to have some rampant AI or alien organism that is like mimicking and replacing them, is what they were saying. So it's kind of like Alien in the Thing.
Ooh, okay, that sounds pretty cool.
Get rid of all your teammates.
I like space horror. Like you made me do that Markiplier space horror thing.
Markiplier space horror thing?
Oh yeah, the video. Yeah, I made you do that because I thought it was pretty dope. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't for me though.
It wasn't as bad.
But I had
That's literally like
I enjoyed the experience.
It's the rock.
I enjoyed the experience. I didn't enjoy the product. If that makes sense. Anyways.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought you should try it out because I thought you might like it.
We got a trailer for the new Five Nights at Freddy's.
What's it called?
Secret of the Mimic.
Okay.
You know, I wonder what the story is for Five Nights at Freddy's nowadays.
Who the fuck knows?
It doesn't even change much. It's just here's 5 robots. There are problems.
Yeah, now this new one's
it's
just
changed
it's
a
one
lot.
thing is just mimicking the others. Like all the animatronics. It's like,
No, I can't even criticize them for keeping going because people just keep playing them.
Five Nights at
Oh, yeah.
Freddy.
If
Just
I
keep
was in
going.
charge, I would just pump them motherfuckers out like every week.
Yes.
More jump scare sitting in a chair nonsense, please.
See, I can't really look at Five Nights at Freddy's now without thinking of that video you sent me, Lionel. Hard on.
Oh, yeah.
It just
God damn
takes
it.
all the seriousness out of it.
Nah, you gotta. Is this like the classic like Five Nights at Freddy's,
No,
or is it in a chair? Or is it like
no.
the new one?
you're
Security
definitely
breach.
moving. You're definitely moving around. You're trying to reclaim something. I forget what it is, but it's like some MacGuffin you have to go get, and they're like, "There's a small chance you might be dismembered, But it probably won't happen as like you literally see shots of the thing running around
Oh,
and
no.
breaking things, basically.
Is it who's it made by?
I'm not certain.
Because if it's the same devs as
This
Security Breach, I'm very concerned.
Security Breach had some problems, didn't it?
Not even some. Like someone made a video of all the bugs that they found, and it was like over 8,000. Like not even like they're serious issues too.
Oh, yeah,
not
some of
even
them are
just
like
like little
game
tiny
breaking.
things. Yeah, like a lot of game breaking ones.
Well, if I remember, the issue is that one not only had the bugs, which people normally wouldn't care, but it was also priced higher than the other ones. I could
Yeah.
be wrong, but that one was like almost a full price game, if not full price, and it was just as janky as the other entries.
Yeah, for a lot of people, the game just did not function correctly. Like there were issues with save files too, so you could lose your data. Like there was a lot of legitimate
I
critical
think-
problems.
Like I actually watched like a video of Markiplier playing it, and he had like a game breaking bug.
Mm-hmm.
He spent
Yep,
like
it was-
half an hour trying to figure out what's going on before finding out that it was a bug.
Yeah, it definitely did not come out finished correctly. not a great experience, unfortunately. So if it's by the same devs, I hope they kind of learn from their mistakes. I think it was like a new studio too, which doesn't help. But yeah, well, do you know who makes it or no?
No, I do not
Okay.
remember the studio from the trailer.
All right, well, we'll see how that goes. I'm curious.
Yep. The next thing that was shown off was we got a little bit of some message or some talk from the developers of Midnight Walk, and they then went into a gameplay preview, which was the Tim Burton styled like horror game. I think that's the person I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that would be. That's the guy, Tim Burton.
Yeah, because
People love him.
yeah, it's a very similar art style to that, very unique one. But they showed that some gameplay off of that. Konami still produces games, as I found out, because they have a new game titled Darwin's Paradox,
Ooh,
which is about an octopus in a food processing facility.
Oh, Octodad too.
It's like the game always reminded me of like Little Nightmares, because like one of the gameplay mechanics is that you can use the an octopus's like camouflage ability to blend in, and it seemed like you had to hide from different stage hazards as you were platforming around. It gave me Little Nightmares vibes in terms of like how the game plays.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. It's adorable. The art style's so cute. The cartoony like octopus guy.
Apparently, for the next thing, the Warriors series is making a roguelike spinoff that is available today. That doesn't play like any of the games, but it's a $25 roguelike.
Like Onimusha?
Like
No,
Dynasty Warriors, Samurai
yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Musha
Oh,
games.
sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Dynasty Warriors. Okay, you just said Warriors. I was like, what is Warriors? Like come out and play Warriors? No, never mind.
But
Okay, that's available now.
yep,
What's that called?
Warriors Abyss.
Well,
It's like
Oh,
I'm gonna try it after this. The expectations are restrained, to say the least.
I'm like
But I'm up-
tempted, but I don't know.
there's so
There are
many
4
combinations of
reviews.
styles of play.
it just won't recognize the monitor and resolution I set even after restarting PC.
That's the roguelike. You got to try out new monitors.
But amusingly,
The run failed.
the next thing showed off is they're remastering Onimusha 2.
Oh, speaking of,
Cool.
And then went into a gameplay trailer for the new Onimusha.
Nice.
Uh,
That's a good series. I might actually play that because I did play the first 3 at least. If there's, I don't know if there's any more, but I know I beat the first 3.
that is a series I haven't played.
They are
I own one of them.
a more mild, but they're still like spectacle fighters, but more mild than like Devil May Cry. Same kind of concepts though.
Yep. And then following the Onimusha trailers was a new gameplay, a trailer for Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, which confirms that the Ape Escape crossover is still there.
The what?
The Ape Escape crossover,
Hell yeah. Dude, I love Ape Escape.
which is
It's like
the
one of
most
my
recent.
favorite PlayStation game.
Ape Escape is still alive. It's still here, I guess.
Let's go.
Following that
Wait,
Makes me think. Yeah, we
Wait,
haven't gotten an Ape Escape game in how long?
a while.
is Ape Escape the one where you're in the ball and you're rolling around?
That's Super
No, that's
Monkey
Monkey
Ball.
Ball.
The fuck is Ape Escape?
That's the one
Ape
where you're
Escape-
chasing the monkeys.
Yeah, you're like that guy with the spiky red hair and you got the net and you got to go run around and catch the monkeys with the glowing helmets.
Okay.
I
I'll
love Ape
trust your
Escape.
word.
But you
I'll
didn't
take your
even
word
have to
for it.
trust his word. That is accurate. Like
Okay, I'll trust your word as well.
that is actually the base level of it and what you do.
I don't
What
think you
about-
like it because you don't like platformer games, and it is
Oh,
definitely
it's
a
a
platformer.
platform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's combat and everything, but no, yeah, I don't think you enjoy it.
Next up was another trailer for Hell Is Us, which I think was
Hell Is
showed up.
Us.
That was the game. It was like action.
It sounds
like,
familiar.
Action RPG style, like very light spectacle fighter / combination Souls game, where like it was like the
Oh.
enemies with no faces, like their faces were caved out.
Oh,
I remember
this.
that now.
Okay.
Yeah, you the character in that looks so weird. He looks like
He
he's
looks like
wearing
he's from Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, he looks like he's from Watch
Oh.
Dogs. It's a very strange
Is he-
game.
Yeah, he's got the hat with the. Yeah, he does look like he's a Watch Dogs man.
He's also
Yeah,
got a
he-
drone too. Like there's that little drone that follows you.
I think it's mostly the hat with the hood over it kind of situation.
Yeah, that game is strange, but like the atmosphere in that game, it's so interesting. Yeah, I definitely want to play when it comes out.
And following that was the announcement for Eliza P DLC, Eliza P Overture, which is releasing sometime this year.
Soon, you never finished that game, right? I don't think either of you guys did.
Which
I
one was
didn't.
it?
I just
Lies of P.
I did not enjoy that game that much.
Oh, I think I was like near the end, but no, I never. I actually don't know how fucking far.
I also did not finish that game, and I thought I would. It looked so cool when I saw the original trailer, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just was not having fun.
Kind of the same thing.
Too basic.
I don't
know.
I don't
No,
know. I
didn't
haven't
it
play
had
it.
stuff. I think like if I kept playing it, I would have eventually enjoyed it. I just wasn't about to give it any more time.
Are you guys any of you gonna get the DLC?
No.
No.
I wasn't even really aware I was getting one. Like,
Oof. All right, well, we'll see how that goes.
Following that was Dreams of Another, which was from Pixel Junk. And it's a game where it's like you're dreaming, right? But the stage is on like these little small particles, right? But to make them coalesce, you shoot them with guns to create the stage. It was very abstract, and it was really hard to tell what was going on.
Huh.
But it was a very strange game. I can't even tell you what it's about, like at all. Like it was just some dude in pajamas shooting an MP5 at some floating particles that turned into a door. Was like the only thing I remember from it.
hell yeah.
It reminds me of those games. Well, you played one where like everything around you is like pure darkness, like you can't see, and you have something in your hand that like throws dots out to mark the
that-
terrain.
That LiDAR horror game that I
Ye-
just eventually got tired of because it
Yeah.
just yeah, like the concept was very interesting. The execution was less so, but maybe I should have given it more time.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah,
also
art
if
style's
maybe
kinda
the
weird.
whole game shouldn't be that, so you're not having to do
Yeah.
it constantly.
This yeah, I don't know. This looks like a indie game you'd see on Steam that just comes out, but I guess it's a Sony game.
Looks interesting. I'll have to look at it some more.
Yeah, following that was a Days Gone remaster announcement.
Oh, cool. I love that game.
So
In a remaster?
Yep.
wasn't that game like a huge, not flop, but like a huge lie?
No, I don't think so.
I remember that's the motorcycle zombie
It
game,
is,
right?
but if there was a controversy, I've forgotten it. But it's very
I
popular.
think when they initially showed the trailer, it was like
Are you
way
thinking of,
more in depth.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. The one that
I think
lasted like
it's something different, yeah.
like 3 days.
Maybe.
Oh my god, what was that? It lasted on Steam for like 3 days because like the entire game was a lie.
Yeah, you're thinking of something different. Days Gone is something different.
It turned out to be like some extraction shooter, basically, instead of what they promised, I think.
Maybe.
I forget the name of it too. I'd have to look into it. No, Days Gone is that
The day
it's a
before.
zombie game where you
The
have
day
a
before.
motorcycle.
That's what it was.
Yeah, a day before.
Dang.
And Days Gone
The-
did
the-
well. I'm just kind of surprised because it's not. I didn't think it was like super old, but they are remaking like The Last of Us 2 and everything. So I guess it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, because
you know.
Only a couple of years old.
Yeah.
It's back in. Actually, I don't know. The PC released is 2021. How long ago was it?
That was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
yeah, they've announced the new accessibility options, permadeath mode, speedrun, and new content were like some of the things they highlighted for it. And I
cool.
believe it's a $10 upgrade for people who already owned it.
Because I played all the way through that game. The game's great.
That's cool. I
The
like that they're doing that.
director-
Where if you already own the game, if you just want the remaster, it's like $10 to get that.
Fighting the
pretty neat.
hordes in that game is super fun. Also very stressful.
I imagine they're pretty fast in that game, if I remember right.
Oh, yeah, no,
The
they're called
director of-
freakers. They're very, very fast.
The director of the game blamed less than stellar reviews on woke reviewers.
For what?
Her Days Gone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Huh.
That would make, I vaguely remember something on that.
I think the main criticisms was like the performance was really bad, I thought. And like the mission design kind of sucked.
Apparently, it had a bunch of bugs on launch, and then also the story itself was kind of bland. But people liked the zombie and motorcycle stuff, like what it
The
advertised it
important
gave.
parts
Yeah,
were good. Yeah.
yeah. That's just what I'm seeing. I have not played this.
That's kind of,
I wanted to.
that was the early
but-
impressions I heard, was the game was slightly bland, but the actual like gameplay of it was fine, pretty solid.
I mean, I'm sure it was, considering how much zombie apocalypse shit we've been getting in the past couple of years, or like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was just nothing but that ever since, what was that show? The Walking Dead. It was nothing but zombies for like years.
Yep. They got everyone's kind of hooked on zombies for a long time.
Yeah.
It's too strong.
Yep. Following that was a Stellar Blade DLC announcement, which was a crossover with Nike, or Goddess of Victory, Nike, whatever it
Oh.
is.
New shoes.
New shoes.
I think it is Nike, but wait.
Wait.
Like the shoe brand Nike,
No.
or the Goddess of Victory Nike?
Goddess of Victory, Nike.
Wait, she's crossing over, like she's sponsoring this? That's crazy.
Yeah, who's
Oh my god.
like is she just a new character? Is she have her own game or something?
I don't
like,
know.
is
I don't
this-
play
is
gotcha
this
games.
Stellar Blade X
Stellar
Greek
Bla-
Pantheon or something? Like what?
Like the mobile game Goddess of Victory, Nike.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
You weren't sure. He's over there giving me shit because he knew he could run this.
Oh,
I had an
yeah.
idea of what you were
Like,
talking
stop
about.
chuckling, you fucker.
I was just letting this play out.
I didn't know there was a mobile game.
Yeah, no, there
I
is.
thought you were just like, yeah, but like I'm thinking, my head is picturing like a Wikipedia article for Hercules crossing over. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't. Oh man, that's funny.
My bad for not
You
knowing
were
every
fine.
dumbass
I knew
gotcha
he was
game.
fucking with me. I don't like. I could hear it, and oh, it was just using you to further his agenda.
I wonder why
Okay.
no one ever believes me when I tell them stuff.
You've done this to yourself, and you
liar.
fucking deserve the bed you lie in.
Oh, man.
But after that was Tides of Annihilation, which was seems to be a fast-paced third-person action game. It
That
definitely
game looks cool. Because it looks like Devil May Cry mixed with like Shadow of the Colossus too, kind of in there. It looks really good. It kind of reminds me of Stellar Blade a little bit too, just the kind of the art style.
the
maybe not so
designs. The
much.
designs really make me think of something like Souls, like it was a bit
Yeah,
like
it does
modern
look
Souls, like
Souls-like.
Elden Ring,
Like the enemies do.
like
Yeah.
specifically.
Oh, it does like the yeah, this looks like DMC with a Souls aesthetic.
Yeah. The enemies are very interesting because some of them remind me of Dark Souls. Some of them remind me of like Shadow of the Colossus. Because just these huge gargantuan things just in the background, just like trying to punch you in the face. It looks really neat though. I'm definitely curious for more of it. I'm wondering if it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive though.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Possibly.
It looks like it would be.
It says in development for PS5.
Oh, see.
Was like all the trailers said, but they also don't mention other platforms during state of play usually.
Yeah.
But following that was a game called Mind's Eye, which was like kind of like a GTA style, like just like with some cyberpunk elements.
Ooh, okay.
Look kind of looks I'm not sure what to think of it yet. Like I'm not very sure because the trailer was kind of all over the place because it went like because originally it looks like it's going to be a military shooter style game. Something.
It looks like fucking the game we were just talking about. What's that game with the guy with the hat and hacking stuff?
Watch Dogs.
Fucking yeah. This looks like a very basic trailer.
Oh yeah. See, when you described it, I was thinking like cyberpunk or like brain punk,
No.
like kind of theme. This kind of just looks like Grand Theft Auto with extra steps.
Or less steps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
It's
find
all
out.
it's all involving like a
less.
cybernetic implant or something along is what it was. It was doing some mind like erasing shenanigans or something. It was very hard to tell what was going on.
No.
And then
It kind of reminds me of like a Black Mirror episode, sort of. Some of these stills that I'm looking at. I don't know. Interesting.
And then what closed out the show was a cinematic trailer for something called Sorrows. And guy had a gun on the beach, and that was about all the trailer showed. And then like a Souls boss was out of the water, and then they had the title card. Like it was a terrible end to the show because I have no idea what like anything it's about.
Saros is what it's called.
Yeah, it's not releasing this year. Like we're getting it we're only getting our first gameplay at some point this year. And then it just kind of ended. Like the show just suddenly stopped. Like they would just went like flashed up a title card, said thanks for watching, and ended the stream. Which it almost felt like something got cut out.
Oh, maybe. I like after looking at a lot of these trailers, like just glancing at them, I'm sure they're good games, but like everything kind of has a similar feel. I mean, I know they're all PlayStation games, but it's like third person fighting monsters with I mean, I guess that's a lot of games, but I've never really noticed it until now how similar all these games kind of seem and feel.
It's the AI, Liz.
At a
The
quick
AI
glance.
has
It
gotten to
might
them.
be. It might be, dude. It really could be. A lot of stuff is just like, here's something new that's not really new. It's just old rehash shit. Get excited to play the same thing you played 10 years ago, except it looks nicer.
All right.
Well, would you say this was what was the last award?
Oh,
I was gonna say, you think this is better or worse than the last kind of thing we watched?
I mean, the thing with the state of play is that it's just trailer. Like, there's no downtime.
Yeah.
Like, it was only
Yeah.
like 40 minutes, which I'm thankful for.
That's cool. I like that. I like that more than our last game show we watched. All right. Well, I wish I had a PlayStation. What else you got?
I was gonna go over the Night Rain stuff, but I think I'll save that for once I play the network test in a few days.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then I think I was just gonna close out with a question or two, since I think we're
right.
already out of time, basically.
Real quick, I think the coolest thing I saw about Night Rain is that it's like $40.
Yep.
Like it's not a full price game, and that's dope.
Jacob's question, Kanye. Question.
Question.
We'll go with a simple one. What are some of your favorite characters from video games?
Oh, my favorite character from video
Just
games.
some of your
I'd have to think about this. I'm actually not sure.
I know.
Because I don't want to mind.
I don't want to mind
Ooh,
too.
what is it?
Doomslayer. Is the modern interpretation from 2016 in Eternal, and I'm assuming the Dark Ages.
One of my all-time favorites is a more recent one. It's Ichiban Kasuga from Like a Dragon. Yeah, / Yakuza.
Those are two very opposing characters. Like Doomslayer doesn't say anything, does he?
No, well, there's the comic.
I don't know. No, not the comic. Just the game.
The comic is amusing. It has some fantastic lines.
I have multiple ones too, though. Like I also like Dante from Devil May Cry a lot.
Because I think the comic is where Rip and Tear comes from. Like it's.
I mean, for me, it'd have to be Master Chief from Halo.
Also a fantastic
No.
option.
Just because, like I know the characters so well because it was one of the first Xbox games I ever played, and then it was also one of the only game series where I read the books too. I was so into Halo that I read the books too when I was younger.
I'm just laughing at Blizz's reaction.
Because if you just play the game, like Master Chief is like a nothing character.
Okay, see, that's why I said no.
Just
But
no.
you're talking about all the extra shit.
Yeah. And what's crazy is when you read some of the books actually will follow the games exactly. Like there's one for Halo 1, you can read it and it will actually, it's so accurate. It actually follows the encounters, like the amount of enemies you run into are in the books too. So you can read how Master Chief actually dealt with the things that you dealt with in the game, which is fucking sick.
Oh, that is cool.
Which you already know because you did it.
Right. And it's cool to see like how he handled it too. But like just Master Chief's backstory to kind of gain where he was, and also just kind of hearing how hearing his thoughts on how he handled certain situations in the games and how he felt about Cortana too. Master Chief is one of my favorite characters. What about you, Fliz? What do you got?
Yeah, Fliz.
I don't know. I could probably name more characters I hate.
All right, your least favorite characters, hit us.
Oh man, Wook Lamont is right
I
up
knew
there.
it.
Oh my god. That
No
is,
mercy.
I was gonna ask because
got
you recently
none.
played Ragnarok. You like Kratos, don't you?
He's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
He puts up with that kid too much.
oh, here,
Makes me
yeah,
mad.
the fighting game characters can count too.
I was thinking Potemkin, but like he's not much of a character.
Well, tell me
Like,
anything
there's
about
not
what
a
do you
whole lot
know about
going on.
Potemkin actually? Like,
He's smart and he's an artist and he doesn't want to hurt people, but then he hurts people.
For his
I
country.
don't know anything else. Maybe.
It is for his country.
I don't
He's
know.
a weapon.
Yeah, I don't know. I like King.
What's my
He just
other
growls
guess?
a lot.
unfortunately, probably
Um,
doesn't count for you.
No, because he's from a show.
I mean, he's in
not-
games.
He's in games.
Yeah, but that's that doesn't quite fit.
That feels
what
like a
I'm
cheat
looking
out
at.
answer.
It feels like a cheat. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't like. It's so tough, man.
Any
I don't-
characters from Metal
like, I
Gear?
like. No.
No?
No. Because I don't relate to a lot of characters, right? Like, so I end up
Sundowner.
liking, like, no.
You won't catch Fliz saying the shit that Sundowner says.
I like Lil Wayne a lot. Lil Wayne I always had fun playing. As weird as that, like, because he just breaks the rules of the game to some degree, and he's just like, you thought you were fighting a real character. Here I am. You're about to be annoyed and sad.
Hey, I guess Lil Wayne does count because he's originally from a game first. Like before the original game.
I like Lil Wayne. I'm sad that game isn't as popular as it. I mean, it was never going to be it's not going to compete with like Street Fighter or anything, but I feel like I'll have to think about it some more. Like because there's gotta be a care. Like I remember like I'd stream and we'd play a game and I'd be like so hyped for what a character was going to do. I just have to think about what that was because there's been so many.
I mean, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising is still doing good. It's going to be at Evo.
I mean, I know it's doing well. Better than I thought it would be doing after this long. I just know that like that's not where all the fighting game players are. You know, they're in Street Fighter and Tekken, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, yeah, Street Fighter and Tekken are always way larger than every other fighting game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is there someone I hate in a video game?
Jeff.
The fucking handler from World.
See, I don't have a problem with her either.
I do.
Me neither.
No,
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand the hatred towards Handler. I don't give a shit.
She is directly responsible for like 3 out of 4 problems every time.
Who cares? We're there to hunt monsters. She brings the monsters to us.
I just like there's not really. I mean, there is a story to that game, but it kind of like drops you in as if I'm supposed to know all this shit. They're talking about World, right? Like,
yeah.
To me, that was always very secondary to the game.
Yeah, it kind of has always been. You're just like, you're a hunter, you're hunting monsters for the people.
The reason doesn't matter.
Yeah, here's the reason if you want one, but just go kill it.
If you don't like the Handler, fair enough. I don't really
The story doesn't matter, but the monster ecology is like kind of stupidly in depth. The reason
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
That's where 95% of the writing went.
Yeah, there's actually a YouTube video. Someone made a YouTube video. It's it basically is like a fake documentary about the ecology of Monster Hunter World, and it's like made as a documentary. You can go watch it. It's actually pretty cool. Like I just put it on the background sometimes.
I think
just
one of my favorite things whenever playing Monster Hunter is just sitting there and being like, how did you evolve to do this? What natural occurrences require these monsters to become able to do this?
It's cool. It's also 5 hours long.
God damn.
It's pretty cool.
It's weird because there's like games that I really like. What was that game? Hi-Fi Rush. I really like that, but I couldn't like I don't care about any of the characters.
Oh, you just made me think of the Monster Hunter thing. The saddest fact I remember from like bonus material is baby brachydios. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you heard of this, Lotto?
No. What are you talking about?
It's the fact that for Monster Hunter, the baby brachydios will mimic their parents, right? But they're they have the skin hasn't hardened enough and isn't strong enough to withstand the explosions from the slime, so they'll kill themselves.
Oh, that's wow! What a stupid kid.
I'm gonna blow myself up and act like I don't know about it.
Why would they evolve in such a way that that's a possibility?
You have a monster that just has exploding slime. Like Mother Nature hates you at the start with.
Yeah, I mean, don't scorpions kill themselves with their stinger all the time?
Yeah. I guess that's a good point.
And it's like scorpions will sometimes mistake themselves, right? Like it's not an accidental thing. They'll mistake something else to try to sting themselves.
Maybe.
There's a spider on me.
It's something like that, basically. Like it's not like they accidentally poke themselves; it's they impale themselves. because they were trying to do something else, but I forget what it was.
I like Lynetta. She's pretty cool.
Oh, you know
there's, like,
what?
all the hero shooters. too.
Oh, I
was
was thinking
gonna
what
say-
that was for a second.
I like Reinhardt.
I was
There
gonna
you go.
say
I love Reinhardt.
That's where I was going. I was like, I think you like the character, Brian.
I think I'm sad that Reinhardt is definitely like top 3 at least,
What about
if
Ball?
not my favorite video game character. No, Reinhardt's a much
No?
better character.
No, I'm not saying over, but do you like Ball too? Is the what I meant.
as a character,
Not as a character. He's
No?
nothing.
He's a
His
ball.
robot
No.
translates for him.
He's he's nothing.
Damn,
He's a mouse.
it's a hamster.
Take Winston over Ball as a character. No, Reinhardt's voice lines are so iconic and like
It's
I
cinematic
can't
too.
remember.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even remember what it was, but my daughter was saying something, and I was like, listen, when all you have is a hammer, everything is a
nail.
She's like, what are you talking about? I was trying to like explain to her why people do certain things. Oh, she was like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I even brought that into real life. That's my character. I like Reinhardt a lot.
Now, you actually answered, I think, one of the other questions on my list here, which is what video game quote is the most recognizable to you?
I think it's that one. I mean, I'm sure there's more you'll say more, but that one obviously
I
pops
mean,
out
it's
to
to
me.
you.
I think
Like,
about that
you
one.
actually use.
I think about that one regularly.
I wouldn't know which is the most recognizable. Like, I'm not even sure how to answer that, to be honest.
Like, which one would you say actually comes up in your real life that you think like you're doing a thing, and then every time you do that thing, you have to say it this way?
I don't think I have
I
one.
don't know. The only
You're-
time I ever do that is when like talking to you guys because you guys get the references.
Oh, that's true.
That is kind of the thing. It's like, because a lot of it is just, it's just references to something. And like,
Yeah, I don't
like,
think I
does
really
meme
do that
culture
very
count?
often. Can't even like recall a time that I've done that.
Because like I know just the other day you and I were joking about the if you want it you'll have to take it in the chair slide.
But you knew that.
Oh, yeah. It's either the hammer thing or super hot. I fucking catch myself saying super hot. Anytime hot or super
Super hot,
comes
it's
up, I
fun
have
to
to say
say.
super hot.
I've definitely hit people with the.
Actually, yeah, that's a good one.
I've definitely hit people with the. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Oh, yep.
I've definitely
Yeah.
hit people with that.
I've probably done that before.
I can't think of any
Alright.
that I've like done like when I wasn't
The
talking
guy
to you
who
guys.
says random shit all the time can't think of one random shit. You're kidding me.
Well,
it's 'cause he's like-
I don't do that at work.
I
think
don't
it's 'cause
believe
you
it.
just do it so often, you just don't even recognize it that you're doing it anymore.
No,
It's
I
there's
do.
so many I can't pinpoint one type situation.
All right. Was there any other questions?
That's
will
about
say-
it for this week.
For some reason, that
Alright.
line from Armstrong of "played college ball," is stuck in my head. I don't know why.
Played college ball, you know.
It's some cushy Ivy League
Wait,
school.
hold on. Does I'm hulking out count?
For a video game.
No, it's too new. It doesn't count.
Hey, it's not.
I have actually
He says
I
that.
stopped hearing it.
Yeah, I've
I've
stopped.
stopped hearing it. It doesn't come like he does it, and it like I kind of like.
Because we technically,
I'm thinking of the what?
you technically said I'm hulking out when we were watching the Hulk movie the other day, which technically counts.
Oh, you reminded me. I wanted to pass along. I remember that I said for Marvel Rivals there was a skin they could only get in the US for the new movie that's coming out.
Please tell me it's not a Hulk skin.
We don't know what the skin is, but they said that it will be available to purchase in the store. So,
Oh, good. Okay.
so
All right. That's nice.
So if it is,
Good to know.
you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, good. Because I heard that movie is ass.
Yeah, I heard that too.
What-
I heard it's
which one is that
neither
again?
brave nor new.
It's just.
Oh, is that the Captain
boring.
America one?
yeah.
Apparently, it's just like cookie cutter, whatever. Like it's definitely not anything worth spending money on. All right. Well, I think we're good. Are we good?
I think so.
I think.
All right. That's 2 fucking hours in the bank. It'll be fun to
Easy.
edit. It is easy. All you got to do is send me your audio when you're done.
Easy.
Easy. Thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it on the video or podcast, or send us an email at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, no matter what it is, even if it's hate mail, because then I can read it out here and it'll be fun.
Liz loves hate mail.
Oh man, especially when they raid me and I'm streaming and they say the N-word a whole bunch. That's so fun. That's my favorite mail.
You just reminded me, oh my god, that one unfortunate clip time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Someday
Oh my
I should
God.
someday I want to just like go through all the racist shit that's happened on Twitch to me. There's quite a few little stories in there. But Mets is for a different time. For now, we must bid you adieu. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Later.